So hello everyone and welcome back to Power Pro Academy. Today we enter the world of dirty, messy, chaotic data and make it beautiful, like taking a lion to a grooming saloon. So if you think dataset come clean, so there is a big no. Real data look like it woke up late for office with bad hair and toothpaste stains. So today we are learning how to fix missing values, duplicate rows, weird column names, incorrect data types, extra spaces, and useless column. And by the end of this video, your dataset will look like it just got a spa treatment. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one. First of all, we have to load that messy dataset. So we have a messy dataset waiting to embarrass us. The name is messy.sales.data.csv. Okay, so let's load it. For loading the data, we have to jump into the VS Code and we are here. So first of all, we have to write the first line of command, which is import pandas as PD, and we have done it before. Now, the second one is we have to create our data frame. So df equals to pd, which is the alias of pandas. Now we have to call the function. So to call the function with a particular library, we have to just write the dot and then the function name. So here the function to read the CSV data is read underscore CSV. So we have to write pd dot read underscore CSV, and in the circular bracket we have to write the name of the data. So here the name of the data is messy underscore sales underscore data dot CSV. Now we have to just print that particular data frame. So we have to write print df. What even is this? So we have got missing customer name, missing revenue, empty date, duplicate rows, random spacing. Basically, welcome to the real world data. Now let's fix it step by step. So after loading the data and seeing that values or the messy data set, now we have to handle the missing value first. So how can we identify the missing value? So for that, we have a statement which is df.isnull circular brackets dot sum. So what is going on there? So first of all, what we are doing, so the isNull function is getting all the null values from the data set. Then the sum function is combining all the null values. So with this command, we are getting the sum of all null values. Okay, so this is showing how many nan value each column has. Now, what is nan? So nan is pandas base of saying I have no idea what happened here. So there are some of the values in our particular cells where nan is written over there, and our Python or the pandas didn't know the meaning of that. Now we have the sum of our null values. Now we have to drop that missing values. Drop means delete that missing values. Okay, so if you want to go full savage mode, you have to just write df.drop and a, and in the circular bracket you have to write in place equals to true. But wait, this is like removing friend from your life just because they forgot your birthday. So that's why it's not ideal. So for that, the step 3, fill missing numerical values. So what we have to do here is we can use mean, median, or mode, whatever makes sense for that particular missing value. So instead of dropping or deleting those missing value, what we are doing here, we are filling those missing values from the mean, median, or mode for that particular column. So for that, what we can do is, so the first one is revenue. So df, we are calling the column. So df square bracket revenue dot fill, and a, here we are filling the values in the missing cells. So fill NA circular bracket df, again we are calling the revenue column. So df square bracket revenue dot mean. So what we are doing here is we are creating the mean of the whole column here, and we are filling this mean value of the revenue column to the every missing numerical value of the particular revenue column. Now, comma in place equals to true. Okay, so the first column, which is revenue, is now in place. Now, the second one is quantity. So, for quantity also, but we are doing is df. I am calling the quantity column. So, df square bracket quantity dot fill and a circular bracket. I am calling the quantity column again. So, df square bracket quantity dot median. Here I am taking the median because the revenue column is the cost column. So there we are dealing it with the mean value, and here the quantity, which is the numerical column for 1, 2, 3, like the number value. So we are taking the median over mean. Now comma in place equals to true. So we filled our two columns where the values are missing. Now the fourth step is filling the missing categorical data. Now the categorical data is the string values or the categorized data. So for that, what we can do is, here is an example. So I am calling the city column here. So df square bracket city dot fill na, and I don't know what we have to place in those missing cells. So I am writing there unknown. If unknown comma in place equals to true. So in the city column, if there are some missing values over there, we are replacing those value with the unknown. So after this, let's jump onto the customer name column. So df square bracket customer name dot fill na, and if we don't have names in that particular column cells, then we can write there no name, comma in place equals to true. Okay, so Panda says, don't worry, I got you. Now, as we deal with the missing values, let's jump on to the drop or fix useless data. Now, what is the useless data? So, sometimes Excel file create a daemon called unnamed colon 0. So, these type of value we have to remove, or the column we have to remove where there is no name of the column. So df.drop column equals to square bracket, the column is unnamed colon 0, comma in place equals to true, and the errors equals to ignore. Now we go on Excel daemon. Okay, so after that, what we can do is we can check for the duplicates and then remove those duplicates. So if we talk about duplicates, so duplicate equals to your cousin who shows up to every wedding twice. So how we can find those duplicates? So there is a short command for that, which is df.duplicated.sum. So with that two particular function, we are extracting all the duplicates and then summarize it. So we have a particular number of the duplicate value. Now for removing it, what we can do is we can simply write df.drop underscore duplicates, and in the circular bracket we have in place equals to true. So now your data set has stopped copying homework in. Okay, so after removing the duplicates, we have to renaming the column. So there are some column name look like this, like customer under no space, customer space, name space. So there is no stripping, then something like that. So revenue dollar dollar, where R, V and U are capital one. Then there is a column like date space entered space, where date is the capital letter. So fix them like a civilized human. And here how we can create those. So for clean name, what we can do is df.rename. In the circular bracket, we have to write column equals to curly braces, and in the curly braces, I have to write the customer name, which is the previous name of the column, colon, and the name which I have to give to that column, which is customer underscore name. Now, comma in place equals to true. And this is how we can create column names. Now, if I have to make everything in lowercase, so what we can do is df equals to columns equals to df.columns.str.lower, which means the string are in lowercase. Now, what if I have to replace spaces with underscore? So for that, what we can do is df.columns equals to df.columns.str.replace, and in the circular bracket, what I have to write is change the spaces with the underscore. So this is how we can change the spaces with the underscore. If there are weird character in the column, then what we can do is df.column_names equals to df.columns.str.replace, and here I am passing a regex over there. If the column has something rather than uh, capital and small alphabet and 0 to 9 number or underscore, then it will remove it. So here I am writing the regex equals to true. So now your column name looks very professional, like a Harvard level. Okay, then we have to fix the data types. So dates load as a string, which is a pain. Numbers loaded as a string, which is a chaos. So this is why we have to fix it. So the first one, the date column. So df square bracket date equals to pd dot to underscore date type, which is the function from the pandas for date and time. Now, in the circular bracket, we have to write df square bracket date, comma, arrays equals to course. So this will change the string dates into the date type. Now, the second one is quantity column. So df square bracket quantity equals to df square bracket quantity dot as type int. So here we can directly modify the column type into integer. Now, the revenue column. So df square bracket revenue equals to df square bracket revenue dot s type float, because it is a cost type data. So there will be a floating value. So here we typed our columns like a boss. Now, removing extra spaces. So how can we do that? So if you did some coding in Python, you know that we can remove the extra spaces with the strip function. So here also we did it. So df square bracket customer underscore name equals to df square bracket customer underscore name dot str dot strip. So with this function, what we can do is we can remove the entire extra spaces within the column. Now the second one is the city column. So df square bracket city equals to df square bracket city dot str dot strip. And now your text column looks clean, trimmed and fresh. Okay, so let's review our data set finally. I think we have done enough. Okay, so finally we have to review our data set. So for that, what we can do is we can simply write df.info and df.head. So by the function info, we can get the information of the entire data frame, and with the help of head function, we can simply see the first 5 or the top 5 rows of our data frame. Okay, so what we achieved today: missing values cleaned, duplicate removed, column renamed, type fixed, data set polished. And now you can safely use this for your EDA, dashboard, machine learning, or anything, because your data is now clean, beautiful, and ready. In the next video, we enter EDA, which is exploratory data analysis. Trust me, it's where the fun begins. So, by that time, keep learning, keep coding. We will see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Happy coding.